Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Mike. Hope you're doing great and having a wonderful day. Well, to get the elephant out of the room, that's our dog. Is he wearing clothing? Yes, but that's just because he's a little sensitive. He's got sensitivities and he freezes his cheeks off. He's actually, if you can tell, because he's spoiled, he's laying on a heating pad. I put that heating pad out for him earlier and he's out. So anyways, this video, I want to just have a fun video. After the last one I made, it was a little, serious, but this one is just another conversation thing. Not really a tag, but I am going to tag some people in it, just because they're fun questions. And this, again, purely for fun. Use your imagination, have fun with it. So there's 7 prompts here. It's kind of like, well, I'll get into it. So the first one is, if you could live in any book world, if you could spend a day in any book world, what would it be and why? Again, fiction, nonfiction, doesn't matter. Just have fun with it and use your imagination. I would spend a day in this world, probably because I'd only last a day, but this is Sand World. This is by Richard Lupoff. And Austin, if you watch this is a SF. This is not a doll book, but it's got that yellow spine like a doll. You might have something like this coming your way, but anyway, so this is a planet. It's a sand planet, pretty much, kind of like Dune, I guess you would call it, but it's inhabited by a particular type of vampire. I haven't read it yet, but I think that would be pretty trippy to spend a day in that. I'd probably die of a heat stroke anyways if I spent more than a day there, but because at least if you get bit by a vampire, I'm assuming these are like the other ones, you just get turned into a vampire, so then you just live forever, but I don't know. So that's that one. Number 2 is a book that surprised you the most. So like, share a story or a twist that completely shocked you. I have a couple. I don't read, like, I used to read a lot of suspense thrillers that had like that big plot twists, things that would shock me, but I haven't read those in a long time. And the ones that I've read, I've shown before on other videos, so I didn't want to do that. So I was trying to think outside of the box and pick something. This is a nonfiction. This is called T, and I've showed this before, but Addiction, Exploitation, and Empire. This kind of really shocked me, opened my eyes, really more than anything, about the slave labor that was used for the tea industry, and still is today in small pockets of the world. It just lays it all out. It goes through it all, and it is super intense of people getting, sold into slavery, kidnapped, and then pushed into slavery. Children, women, men, and children, little kids, 5, 6 years old. They're out there picking tea leaves, with rags for clothing and things like that. So that kind of shocked me. Number 3 is one word to describe your reading style. Chaos. That's my answer. My reading style is chaos, because I read so widely and I have so many different interests. Chaos. Number 4 is bookish superpowers I wish I had. Now, pick a skill from a character. It could be anything, like magic or intelligence, courage. It doesn't have to be like a superhero kind of superpower. My first thought was like Sherlock Holmes, but I'm gonna go with, this is the movie version, but Sherlock Holmes, this fantasized, where he could walk in the room, read everybody. It's part of that. And if you've heard of the term situational awareness, it's that, where you could walk in the room and it just like read everybody. You could figure everything out about every person in the room, and you just kind of have this superpower that's in your head. And then if Sherlock Holmes. So let's see, Number 5, the book, excuse me, that made me think differently. Well, that's easy. That's a book I just finished recently, thanks to Saracen, History of the Middle East. And again, this has nothing to do with what's going on over there right now. He recommended this to me before any of that. It just happened to coincidentally, I finished this, and then that happened over there. But this really made me think differently, especially about cultures and peoples from the Middle East, from all the different countries over there, and it really opened my eyes to a lot. And so thank you, Saracen, for that one. Number 6, most underrated character you admire, real or fiction. So again, I was trying to think outside the box a little bit. On this one, this is called All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. And the character in this is the main character. It's the daughter, Marie Laura LeBlanc. So if you never read this, I would highly recommend reading it. She's blind, born that way, but just what she goes through. First of all, just what she goes through day to day, right? Being blind would be horrible. And what her father does to help teach her. They move to a new city, and I don't want to go too into depth because might spoil some of it, but he makes a way for her to learn streets and buildings and the city and things like that. And he's done it more than once. And then just this whole process of her town getting bombed in the war and all this happening, and it's just amazing what she went through and how she was able to overcome it. And again, being blind this whole time, you know, you don't know what's going on. You can only hear and feel, and so that it just blows my mind. So that's that one. And then the last prompt is, and this one have fun with, bookish pet peeves or quirks. Share something funny or relatable, like dog-earing pages, overanalyzing plots, or breaking the spines of books. So my pet peeves: 1, I do not lend out my books, but thankfully, because I'm boring, I don't have any friends. I go to work, I come home. My wife is my best friend. That's about it, you know, and she doesn't read physical books anymore. So I don't lend out books, but if I did, like say family or somebody asked me, it had to be someone I trusted, because if you broke the spine on that book, you dog-eared my pages, I'm gonna beat you with the book, and then you're gonna have to buy me a new book. I do not mark in my books. I do in my poetry and some of my nonfiction, you know, I'll annotate and stuff, but I don't do anything like that. I don't dog-ear, I don't mark, I don't highlight, I don't break the spines. I don't like overly, you know, excessively try to keep them in pristine condition, but I want my books to be good, you know. As far as overanalyzing the plots and stuff, I'm dense, and I'll be reading something and I'm like, I didn't see that coming, and then I talk to someone else, they're like, oh yeah, that was predictable. Like, I had no clue, because I'm like, you know, line to line, I'm just reading it line to line. I'm not thinking ahead 4 chapters of, oh, and this could happen and this. No, I'm just like going along, immersed in the story, and then it hits me. So, but that's it, guys. I'll tag a few people. If you want to do it. If not, it's okay. But I just wanted to do a little fun video. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.